May this journey draw us nearer to the One, in humility, wonder, and peace. Your chosen one, the universe, has always been your sugar daddy. And you're finally going to cash that cosmic check today. Something incredible is crystallizing in the quantum environment surrounding you as these words enter your consciousness. You haven't simply locked your first bag, waiting for you to reach out and take back what was always yours. It has already been downloaded into your reality matrix. By divine right, every force that was preventing you from achieving your goals becomes glaringly obvious the instant you take on your sovereign authority. You're going to realize that those who believed they could keep you in the dark, who believed you would reject reality and remain in their fantasy la-la land indefinitely, were terribly mistaken about how profoundly you would change. It changed a few days ago. A sudden insight broke through the years of haze. Or it might have come as an unexplainable certainty that the game had shifted. The timing wasn't coincidental. That was the sound of your cosmic alarm clock after a lifetime of planning. You have finally mastered the most perilous skill in the universe, and the inconveniences that have been impeding your advancement are being methodically eliminated. Refusing to apologize and continuing with business as usual. See what occurs next. Everyone who refused to collaborate with your vision, sought to undermine your foundation, or conspired against you is going to be surgically removed from your equation. Gone Bobby, boom, boopity, boop, bibbity. The final cut did not include these individuals. The best part is that you're no longer even upset about it. You've progressed past the necessity of their approval, the extent of their control, and the regularity of their restrictions. This is the part, though, that will make you gasp. Now you are frighteningly correct. People are actually disturbed by how clearly you can see through their facial features, because your perception has gotten so acute. The miraculous activation of your perceptive powers keeps you 10 steps ahead of their schemes. They believed they could outsmart you, but you've mastered the art of anticipating their next move before they do. It takes more than merely reading people to be accurate. It involves reading reality itself, recognizing the energetic signs that precede each manifestation, and recognizing the patterns that dictate results. The true revelation, however, lies on the horizon. That's why they put so much effort into keeping you little. The rationale behind their anti-you alliances. Why, even though they didn't like one another, they got together. They noticed something about you that you're just now starting to recall. The extent of your influence is demonstrated when you are able to bring disparate individuals together behind a single cause. Chosen one, you are not like the others. You weren't. Regardless of whether someone agrees with you or disagrees with you, you are a force that demands action. This is the plot. They have been putting forth a lot of effort to keep you from realizing that you have been influential from the beginning. Anytime they made you feel inadequate or suggested that you might not be as strong as you thought you were, that was psychological warfare meant to prevent you from exercising your innate control over reality. Your ideal. Friend, the size of your seed determines the size of your harvest. That's not just my opinion, it's God's principle. Galatians 6 verse 9 reminds us, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." When you take what's in your hand and release it into God's work, He takes what's in His hand and releases it into your life. Right here, right now. Click the Super Thanks button and plant a seed of $20, $50, or more. Give with a smile, give with faith, and know that God's multiplication is already in motion for you. Match is already working toward you in all facets of life, not just romantically. The right conditions, the right partners, the right opportunity. Like iron filings attracted to a magnet, they are assembling at your place. As you connect yourself with forces they can't match, these folks who believed they could treat you like a yo-yo, giving you conflicting signals and false promises, are monitoring you in real time, because they bet that you would always be available anytime they wanted to get back in touch. The people who ghosted you are particularly rattled. They strained your patience, tested your limits, and thought your generosity was a sign of weakness. They are now observing your transformation into a person who not only commands respect, but also does so with ease. Yet everything backfire horribly. Even the cold shoulders they gave you and their planned harshness. These folks are now quietly crying over you. They are attempting to hide it because they are aware of how it appears, but they are venting to everyone who will listen. When your name is mentioned in discussion, some of them physically lose control of their emotions. They notice that in every aspect of your life, you are now in harmony with your ideal partner. They are also aware that their mistakes cannot be undone. They were ambivalent about you, attempting to keep you in the dark while still causing you problems. They played endless games of psychological manipulation, treating you like a toy they could pick up and put down whenever they wanted, saying one thing and then taking it back. Didn't you pray for these people? You loved them through their attacks and kept your spiritual center, even while they were provoking you and conspiring to make you look foolish. However, the time of being obliging is officially ended. You're embarking on a new chapter in your life, one in which you are honored, your name is respected, and your influence has an impact that extends beyond your current comprehension. The lovely irony is that their efforts to weaken you strengthened your resolve. Every plan they devised, every coalition they established, and every concerted attempt to discredit you all worked to demonstrate something important about your strength. Not only do you inspire loyalty, but you also elicit resistance from those who realize they are surrounded by someone exceptional. The narrative gets excellent at this point. Officially, you have called forth a whole new constellation of allies, and even bystanders are taking notice of the sharp contrast between your new family and your former circle. Reconciliations with those who have truly learned from their mistakes are among these ties. However, the majority are fresh spirits who effortlessly align with your frequency. These are more than just commercial alliances or friendships. These are agreements made in the cosmos prior to your incarnation. People who support your vision without requiring evidence, who enjoy your victories without feeling envious, and who comprehend your language without the need for translation. You've been conditioned to expect relationship difficulties, so the telepathic connections you're making will initially feel unreal. This is the kind of friendship you've been waiting so long for. These are the folks who will instinctively sympathize with you without passing judgment. As you cut off communication with toxic family members, others may doubt your decision and wonder how you were able to do so. In response, your newly selected family says, "I can see why you did that." Yellow heart if you're moved by divine love. Now is the moment to share it. Click the Super Thanks button on YouTube and contribute $50 or more to help us broadcast God's blessings far and wide. Every act of generosity you make is being watched in heaven and will return to you 100-fold. You can't be finessed anymore because you've developed immunity to manipulation tactics through pure discernment. These new allies aren't going anywhere. They won't cut you off. They won't take things out on you. They won't ghost you. And they won't just vanish when things get tough. Sometimes we have to make those tough decisions for our own survival and growth. The universe doesn't send reinforcements at random, and when you're being prepared for a major expansion, the people who can help you navigate that expansion appear like clockwork. But here's what's about to blow your mind. Your chosen family isn't just coming for emotional support. They're coming with resources, connections, and abilities that perfectly complement your own. You've passed the karmic tests that were masquerading as toxic relationships, and every manipulative person, energy vampire, and dream killer you've met was actually an assignment meant to bolster your discernment and fortify your boundaries. This is why you are drawn to the people who are naturally good, who shine bright without competing, who have big personalities, and who have generous hearts. See the difference in the way these new relationships feel. Where the previous ones required ongoing emotional work and management, these new ones will feel effortless. Where you once had to defend and explain your choices, these people will grasp your vision before you do. Where you once felt exhausted after interactions, you will feel inspired and energized. You are now operating from a position of supreme dominion, and the energy emanating from you is so powerful that it is physically uncomfortable for your adversaries. They have spent a great deal of time and effort trying to plan your demise, forming strategic alliances, working in coordinated teams, and focusing all of their efforts on the same goal. These conspirators are getting front row seats to something they never anticipated: your unwavering happiness, your bulletproof support system, and your total immunity to their psychological warfare. However, they miscalculated a fundamental aspect of your nature. You don't just survive opposition, you turn it into fuel for your ascent. They thought they could keep you in the dark about their true intentions while causing chaos behind your back. But now you see everything with crystal clarity. Their patterns, their motivations, their desperate attempts to drag you back into their drama. They wanted to have it both ways, disrespecting you while still having access to your energy, resources, and light. You have people spooked now, and they're moving uneasily, feeling disturbed by the fact that you can no longer be held down. Some are literally venting about you to anyone who will listen, unable to hide their obsession with your transformation, watching you step into alignment with your destiny and realizing they missed their chance to be part of your legendary story. These people are bored with their own lives, and you can't handle bored people anymore. They're getting one-way tickets out of your life because you're tired of entertaining energy vampires and dream killers. You are officially a free spirit in the most powerful sense, free from their opinions, their manipulation, and their attempts to keep you small. The truth they're learning is that you're not just successful, you're becoming inevitable. When you start standing on your own 2 feet, when you refuse to dilute your message, when you demand the respect you've always deserved, reality itself starts to reorganize around your clarity. You want to do the best you can and be recognized for it, not feel bad about wanting space and boundaries. The days ahead will be literally sunny as you leave behind drama and trauma bonds. Was a rumor until you put on your crown and reminded them of who they were dealing with. This is what's going to happen. Money you've never seen before is coming at the right time because you've finally prepared the container to receive it. Your dreams aren't just being activated, they're being expedited by divine intervention. Your financial breakthrough is coming within 20 days. You are attracting a spectacular timeline jump that will shock even your closest allies. And the universe is spoiling you because you finally learned to stop apologizing for your excellence. You began calling back your power, refusing to allow people to band together and work against you because you realized that their strategies were no longer effective. Everything started to fall into place with supernatural precision as you put your game plan into action. Previously, you were afraid to make decisions because you were afraid that people would not agree with you or think you were being unreasonable. But now you're standing on business with unwavering confidence. That confidence to make big gestures, take big risks, and bet on yourself in ways that would have scared the previous version of yourself. When you tell someone their services are no longer needed, look for the true self that shows when their facade falls apart. This is the moment when everything you've been building crystallizes into unstoppable reality, the crescendo where all your preparation converges into pure manifestation. These are the same people who could never make anything simple, who always had complex explanations for their failures and elaborate excuses for why you were somehow responsible for their shortcomings. But accountability was never part of their programming. You will see childish tantrums, manipulative tears, and desperate attempts to make you feel guilty for having boundaries. Everyone is talking about your complete transformation, comparing your old squad to your new team, and wondering how the switch happened so decisively. They were toxic influences on every dynamic they touched, creating chaos, and then acting shocked when consequences arrived. They drained you with their drama while refusing to take responsibility for their own choices. You upgraded your entire life by eliminating everything that wasn't serving your highest good. You fired everyone who was betting against you, and you cleaned your house with the accuracy of a master strategist, leaving people puzzled as they attempted to understand the extent of your transformation. The math is elegant in its simplicity. They don't like that you figured out their games, that you saw through their manipulation tactics, and that you refused to continue participating in dynamics designed to keep you losing. They believed your capabilities were rumors until you showed them exactly what happens when someone stops playing small and starts operating from their unlimited potential. Now, your influence is growing like wildfire, and people you've never met are already impressed by what they're hearing about your transformation. Personal stalkers are keeping tabs on you, evaluating your decisions, and attempting to figure out how you succeeded. But it's too late for them to alter your course. Online fame and recognition are gaining momentum as influential people notice your discipline, your consistency, and your refusal to compromise your standards. You have seen what they do out of spite, witnessed their basic weakness, and recognized their inability to match your elevated frequency. You are becoming an official light to your generation, a beacon that others follow toward their own awakening. The recognition that is coming your way operates on multiple levels at once. Dove brothers and sisters, everything done in faith multiplies in God's abundance. Use the Super Thanks feature to donate $100 today and join this sacred mission. When your roots are grounded in Him, your fruit will flourish, and your offering becomes a seed that bears blessed harvests. People who see great talent are holding meetings about you in boardrooms you've never been to. When they do, your innate leadership, public speaking, modeling, and coaching skills are finally being displayed without the meddling of those who wanted you to remain small so they could feel good about themselves. The smooth sailing ahead may seem strange because you've been trained to expect hardship, but this new phase works on completely different principles. You're embracing your sophistication, your mobility, and your appetite for adventure. You're naturally gifted with extraordinary skills and abilities, and you're excellent at connecting with others, leading with authenticity, sharing your knowledge, and igniting change in others. The truth is indisputable, but the people around you couldn't help but make you feel like the powerhouse you are, made you doubt your own abilities, made you wonder if you were truly as talented as you secretly knew, and made you feel like you weren't measuring up, that perhaps you weren't meant to shine as brightly as your soul was calling you to. You were destined to be extraordinary. After a period of introspection and strategic planning, you came up with a totally new strategy, and now you're winning because you've finally stopped playing by their rules and begun to respect your own genius. Your timing has become perfect because you've learned to wait for divine timing instead of forcing outcomes through impatience, and everything that should align in your life will feel remarkably easy now. Not because you're getting special treatment, but because you're finally flowing with your natural current instead of fighting against it. The people who have been secretly praying for your downfall, co-workers, fake friends, neighbors, even family members, have been intimidated by your potential from the beginning and may be challenged by the luxury you are destined for. However, you are meant for ease, beauty, and experiences that nourish your soul rather than deplete it. What you have built is unshakable because it was built on the solid foundation of your authentic self rather than the shifting sands of external validation. You have helped countless people along the way, giving from your heart, without strings attached, and without expecting returns on your investment in others. Your legacy has been secured through years of consistent work, consistent character, and consistent commitment to your vision, even when no one else believed in it. Because the universe keeps perfect records, every act of love, every moment of support, every time you chose compassion over retaliation has been recorded and will be multiplied back to you. This includes those who didn't appreciate your generosity and thought your kindness was naive. Even you are surprised by the powerful presence you now possess. There is a noticeable change in energy when you enter spaces. People listen to you with genuine interest, and decisions are made quickly. This is not conceit. Rather, it is you taking up your proper place in reality rather than reducing yourself to fit in with other people's fears. The sponsorships and opportunities that are emerging are acknowledgement of the platform and presence you have developed through genuine expression rather than fake personas, and you are becoming your own boss in every way possible. Your financial abundance is manifesting because you have removed the energetic blocks that were limiting the flow. There is something about the way you present yourself that is drawing in influential people who want to help you market, advertise, and sponsor your vision. People are literally meeting about you in boardrooms you have never seen, looking at your discipline, consistency, work ethic, and the caliber of the content you create. You've created something that can't be ignored, and you're going to start making big gestures because you feel confident enough to take big risks, whether it's resigning, reorganizing your entire career, or taking risks that would have scared the old you. New sponsorships and collaborations are coming your way. Every attempt to send you negative energy has backfired spectacularly, and the spell work, sabotage, and coordinated efforts to dim your light have all been transformed into protection and acceleration of your highest good. Your haters aren't just blocked digitally. This is where their entire strategy backfires in the most spectacular way. The universe has effectively put them on a payment plan if they want to get your attention. They're blocked cosmically, divinely, and energetically. Someone has been sending you spell work because they see you as a direct threat to their position and know you're a smoke show that your competition cannot match through legal means. Your energy, beauty, and finances only grow and improve whenever someone tries to steal or harvest your light, and their plans have been foiled because you're energetically protected at the highest levels. However, you've been thwarting all attempts at destiny interference with supernatural effectiveness. People who were triggered by your natural brilliance were quietly watching you and sending hate messages online and in your immediate presence. They were complaining about your success, your beauty, and your influence, but their negativity has been turned into fuel for your growth, and you're going to achieve levels of success that will cause people to literally collapse on the ground in heartbreaking displays of remorse. The people who are supposed to be in your life don't give up easily. They fight for their connection with you because they see value in it. Some will plead, some will bargain, and some will try to guilt you back into their limited reality. But you're operating from a frequency now where their tantrums sound like distant thunder, dramatic but helpless to change the weather of your destiny. This life you're creating is made to your exact specifications, crafted to highlight your special talents and gifts. Something else is growing covertly, something unforeseen that has been simmering while you've been preoccupied with the evident changes. Everything that doesn't serve your highest good just has to move. And the talk of every town you touch isn't gossip, but recognition of undeniable transformation. You've removed the obstacles that were clouding your vision, and you're now blazing a path with surgical precision. People are swarming around you because you've become the standard, the person that everyone wants to learn from, be mentored by, be coached, and be guided by. You're going to start living your best life right now. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Chosen one. You will be the generational curse breaker who alters the course for everyone who follows you. You will be able to prioritize activities like taking nature walks, picking flowers, stopping to smell roses, and taking pictures of birds. If you want to spend your days fishing on a boat, you will do just that. If you want to play in the dirt on a quad or dirt bike, or if your kids are interested in motocross and you haven't had enough time with them, you will be able to do that. This is how legends are created, not through perfection, but through the bravery to let go of everything that isn't real and stand in pure power until the universe rushes to give you exactly what you've always deserved. You can literally start doing whatever makes you happy because you've cleared the path of everything that was limiting your freedom. I am the golden ticket. I am the twist in the tail. I am the plot twist. Your very existence is rewriting the rules of what is possible, demonstrating to others that transformation, this complete, this magnificent, this unstoppable, is not only possible but inevitable. The intimidation you create now is humble intimidation, like someone who knows their strength and uses it responsibly. You are the golden ticket now. Chosen one. You are the twist in the tail, the plot twist that nobody saw coming. Affirm this truth until it becomes your cellular reality. When you can achieve cosmic alignment, relationships will develop naturally, feel sustainable, and require little maintenance because they are based on genuine resonance rather than forced chemistry. The next time you fall in love, it will be with something that matches your elevated frequency. You will no longer have to settle for compatibility. Glowing star yearning to witness God's miracles firsthand? Plant your spiritual seed now by contributing $100 or more through the YouTube Super Thanks button. Your offering lights the path for others and echoes through His divine plan, bringing His light into every step you take. The universe that was your sugar daddy in the beginning is now your business partner, your collaborator, and your co-conspirator in creating a reality that surpasses even your wildest dreams. You have fought every force that tried to keep you small, and your victory is now undeniable. Your curtain call has arrived, and the spotlight you have been preparing for your entire life is finally shining on your stage. The anticipation is electric. You're not just showing them what you're good at. You're showing them what happens when you stop caring about limitations and begin living from limitless potential. The blinders they tried to keep you in are gone forever, and the la-la land they wanted to trap you in has been replaced by a kingdom of your own creation. The question is not whether you are prepared for this level of success and recognition, but rather whether success and recognition are ready for the force of nature you have become based on everything you have conquered, everything you have integrated, and everything you have transformed into. They never saw this coming because they could not imagine transformation this complete, this rapid, and this magnificent. The universe has always been your sugar daddy, and now you're taking on your role as the heir to everything you've always known you deserved. The answer is gloriously clear. You're not just ready, chosen one, or inevitable. The cosmic check has been cleared, the first bag has been secured, and your resignation from mediocrity has been formally accepted. They thought they knew you, but they never saw this coming. Now they will never forget what they saw when you finally stopped playing small and began playing God with your own destiny. This is your time, your moment, and what you were born for. Show them what happens when a chosen one chooses themselves fully, unreservedly, and irrevocably. The legend starts, and the metamorphosis is finished.